Hey guys, welcome back to another baby themed video. I have made many baby videos, just different topics of baby videos in the past. I will link all those below if you're interested, but I think they're so much fun. So today we're hopping in to a video where I'm going to react and share with you the names that Google says will be popular for babies in 2024. It's mid-October at this point, you know, December, Christmas, all that's not too far away, which means January is right around the corner. 2024 is right around the corner. So we're going to share the top 10 girl projected 2024 names and the top 10 boy projected 2024 names. I'm just going to give my honest reaction seeing them the first time, if I like them, if I'd use them, if I don't think they're cute at all. We'll see how weird they were. Last year I did this at the end of 2022, reacting to 2023's baby names, and some of them were so weird. We'll see if 2024 is the same way or if people are starting to chill out a little bit. So let's hop in. We'll do ladies first. Okay, I'm not going to spend too long on each name because I don't want this to be a 30-minute baby name video. I will put the name on the screen so you know exactly how it's intended to be spelled. So maybe you can get some inspo, maybe you don't care and you're just here for the fun of it like I used to be. So girl names, number 1 is Rhea. Now the way that this is spelled I've actually never seen before. I've met a Rhea spelled a different way. I think I'm a little bit like, I'm a little bit in the middle on this one. I don't hear Rhea and hate it, but I don't hear Rhea and instantly have this like attraction to the name. I think it's just kind of like, Rhea. Like it's just a name. It's pretty. And I think having it spelled this way, like a ray of sunshine, adds kind of like an element of like beauty and sunshine to it, but I'm not a huge fan. The next one is Ren. Now, I think this is a cool name, but more for a boy. I've never seen or heard of this for a girl. Maybe the 2024 trend is going to be girl names for boys and boy names for girls. I know that's come in and out. Ren, I think I would see that name and instantly think it was a boy, and I wouldn't necessarily want my daughter to have a name that everyone thought was boyish. The next one is Ember. You know, I give this one some creative points for not being as like basic as Amber, but Ember, it just makes me think of like fire and just like embers, and I wouldn't use it. I don't really like it. Also, for any of these names that I say I don't like, if you have this name or know someone, please don't be offended. This is all just my personal, very blunt opinion right now. So it's not anything personal. The next name is Oakley. I actually used to have this on my baby name list. It actually might still be on my baby list. It actually might be. My husband, to be honest, didn't like this at all. I'm the one that thought it was cute. He was like, no. So I think Oakley is cute. I actually would use that for a girl. Ryder. I don't like this for a girl. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. For a boy, I think that's kind of cool. I don't know if I'd use it, but Ryder for a girl is just a no-go for me. The next one is Freya. Freya. It sounds very lightweight and just kind of like a feather. Freya. I don't know. I don't really like it. Freya. Yeah, the more I say it, the more it's just kind of like, it's like just clashing with my mind of what I think of when I hear a baby name. The next one is Gia. Now, any Full House fans out there, I grew up watching Full House, and now my 2-year-old son is like, Full House, Uncle Jesse, and like talking about it, I'm like, I've done my job. He is cultured in Full House. In the later seasons, there's a character named Gia who is just like a bad girl and not like a super likable character. So that's kind of what I think of. Also, it just sounds too similar to Tia. And if I'm being honest, I think Tia sounds really pretty and Gia sounds a little bit more like tomboy, awkward kind of name, and I'm not a huge fan of that. The next one is Eden. Now, I have known, how many Edens? Maybe only one. I don't know. I feel like this could be an upcoming name where the Eden I know is in her 20s, and I don't really hear of anyone using this name. Like, I don't think it's super common, but it's definitely where everyone's like, oh yeah, I've heard that before. It could be a biblical thing. Like, I do think that that's cool. It has some biblical ties. I don't think I'd personally use it. I just feel like at this point, like, we might only have 1 or 2 kids more. At this point, like, I'm just a little bit picky, so I don't think I would use it, but I do think it's a very pretty name that could be on the rise of becoming popular. Who knows? The next one is Riverlyn. I think this is just going a little bit too far. I sent my friend Kat a video the other day on Instagram. I love just finding like random reels and memes and sending them to the people in my life that I think would appreciate them with me. And this one was just this lady in the hospital telling a lady that just gave birth. It was the same person playing both parts, and she was just like rapping this like song about all of these names that are basically the same but spelled really weird. Just like spelled really weird. And she's like, these are all the same name, but just like different variations. And they were all like, she was like Jaden and Braden and Caden and Zayden. And they were all kind of that like with a Y in there and all these names. Again, nothing against those names. And I'm not explaining this meme or this reel well at all. But basically the fact that parents are like taking names and one, just spelling them weird and just like different, or taking like multiple names and like meshing them together, or taking words that aren't even names and they're like, I'm gonna make this a name. And so I'm kind of like, go with River or go with Lynn. Riverlyn is just a bit complicated. And the last one is Alara. I don't love how this sounds, but I kind of like it. It's one of those where you're like, I've never thought about that for a name. I've never known somebody with that name. I think everyone would say it correctly when they heard it. But Alara, I don't hear it and go, that's really pretty, but there's some type of attraction with that name. I do like it, and I would need to sit with that one a little bit longer to fully know how I feel. Okay, that's the 10 girl names. Let's move on to boy names. Number 1 for boys is Maverick. I feel like this is already becoming popular, and for that sole reason, I would not use it. Also, Maverick City is a very popular worship band right now, so I don't think I'd use it for that reason either. But Maverick, I do think it's cool. I do think it's unique, but I personally wouldn't use it. Okay, the next one is Ryder. This was on the girl list too, and I think it's cool for a boy. I like the unique spelling with the Y instead of the I, because it makes it seem like it's not, you're calling your kid a rider, like a bike rider or something. It's like, it's a name. It's not something that they are doing, but I like it for a boy. Next one is Sterling. Sterling? Wait, doesn't Sterling have 2 E's? No, that'd be Sterling. Sterling? I don't know, for some reason the spelling is really throwing me off on this one, so I'm gonna give it a... Next one is Phoenix. I don't know, for some reason, if I saw somebody else named Phoenix, I'd probably be like, oh, that's unique and that's cool, but I wouldn't use it. I don't know, Phoenix. For some reason, it kind of reminds me of like an animal. What animal am I thinking of? I don't know, or just like the city. And I feel like sometimes when you use, a month of the year or a city or something like that, sometimes you can separate it in your mind from that. But for me, when I hear Phoenix, all I think about is Phoenix, Arizona. And I've never even been, but I follow a lot of people from Arizona, and so I hear Phoenix a lot. So I don't think I'd be able to separate the two in my mind from the person and the city. The next one is Axton. Axton. I definitely wouldn't use it. I feel like it's one of those parents who's like, I want to be unique, so I'm going to do anything I can to be unique, but not weird. And so Axton is the name I choose. It's just like, you're trying a little bit too hard. Like, just choose a name that you like. Don't try to be so, like, different. The next one is Marshall. I don't know. I don't like it. It doesn't sound like a name. It doesn't sound masculine. I like boy names to sound boyish, to sound masculine, and not that they need to be like Jim or Bob. Like, I'm not saying they have to be names like that. But Marshall, I don't know. It just like, I don't know. I'm just, something's not clicking with me with that one. River. Now, I think I said River could be a cool name. But here's the deal. When somebody names their kid a noun, that's so just like, that's not even related to a person, like River or Storm or something. I'm just kind of like, I mean, that's just not for me. I think it's a little bit odd. I think that kid is just, I don't know, River. I just don't really like it. Wells. I do think Wells is kind of cool. Now, my last name is Westad. Wells Westad. That's a bit of a mouthful. I wouldn't use it myself, but I do think it's cool. Banks. It sounds kind of like a last name, in my opinion. Banks. Wait, isn't that the father of the bride? Isn't that their last name? George Banks. Yeah, so I just think of that, George Banks. When the guy's like, George Banks. It's a good movie. If you haven't seen it, you need to go watch it. And the 10th one is Saint. I just don't like it. We're from St. Paul. No. Saint, like I feel like a lot of churches start with Saint. It just, I don't know, it feels weird to name a person Saint. You know, there's like Saint Nicholas and all these, but like it feels weird to be like, here's my son, Saint. I feel like it's the same as if I were to name somebody Angel. Like there's definitely people who have the name Angel and I'm not cutting down on that, but it feels weird. Or naming somebody like, here's Prophet. Like it feels kind of weird and just like abnormal and just like not right. Saint. Yeah, it's just not a name to me. Those are our top 10 boy and girl baby names that are projected to be trendy in 2024. If you're having a baby in 2024, check out these top 10 of each. But the fact that this is even available on the internet, maybe it means they'll become too common. Who knows? But did you like any of these? Did you think they were weird? Did you agree with anything that I said reacting? And sometimes I can be a little bit too harsh and not harsh, but too blunt and say exactly what's on my mind. And if I don't like something, I'm just going to be like, I don't like that, instead of beating around the bush. So sorry if you know somebody named one of these names that I cut down on the internet. But it is what it is. Hope you enjoyed it. I will link all my other baby names videos I have done down below. Check those out, and I hope that you have a blessed day. Bye, guys.